I'm Gloria Strode and welcome to Straightforward. Today we are visiting with the family of DeAnn Champion King, one of the victims in our community of domestic violence. It has been life-changing for her family and her children, and they are still in the process of healing. So today I welcome you all for being so brave, and I know you wanted to share DeAnn's story because you don't want other families to have to take this journey. So I welcome Shavala, Angie, and say it for me. Tiana, because I always want to say Tian because your mom was with DeAnn, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so how did we get here? Of course, we know domestic violence, it just runs rampant in many communities all over the U.S. It's not anything just specific to race, status, income, or any of that. So you all started out on a regular day one day and then ended up on a different note.
Well, actually, it was my daughter, Haley, her graduation day.
Graduation?
Yes. We were,
high school graduation?
High school graduation, May 25th. She was graduating from Shaw.
Really?
And that whole week, we had been in a group text. And whenever we do get together, because it's 7 of us, or was 7 of us.
7 children. How many girls?
It was 4.
4 girls,
and 3 boys.
3 boys. And your mom is Gloria, like myself,
Yes.
so she's an awesome woman. Bless her heart. So 4 girls, 3 boys. Okay.
And so we were excited that we were all going to get together Saturday for Haley's graduation. And group texting that whole week, and Saturday came, we were texting that morning. And this is, of course, my perception of the day.
Right.
At the graduation, my side of the family wasn't there yet. There was, I know a couple of them sometimes run a little late, but usually my sister Angela and my brother Reggie, they're there on time for
They're
everything.
prompt. Yes.
So when they weren't there, I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what. And my dad is older, he's 83, so I was thinking maybe it was something with Daddy, but I wasn't sure. Well, my son, when he finally got there, we were of course seated at the graduation. He came in and he said, your family's not coming, and I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And I was like, why? You know, what's going on? And I knew something was wrong. And he said, something is wrong with Dee Dee, because we call her Dee Dee, and that she's in the hospital, but he didn't know the extent of it at that time. So of course I broke down, because here it is, my daughter's getting ready to walk out on the floor.
It's a time of celebration, and all the family should have been there.
And
this
they're
should have
not
been a
there.
great day to celebrate. Yes.
And nobody would tell us anything, because of course they were going on in their situation of what was going on. And
it's okay. Take your time.
I'll never forget sitting there through the graduation, wondering what was wrong with her, and I couldn't leave because again, my baby was on the floor.
Right.
So the whole time I'm crying, she thinks I'm crying because I'm emotional,
Because
and
she's graduating.
But
Right.
the whole time I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with my sister. And we left, thinking we were getting ready to go to the hospital to see my sister, and come to find out they were saying go to my parents' house. And I didn't understand why I needed to go to my parents' house.
I understand.
And when I got there, or when we got there, of course, I seen my sister. She was there.
Angie.
And at the time, she was covered in my other sister's blood. And so that's how I knew the severity of it, but I still didn't know exactly what happened. And of course, talking with her and my family, because at the time my mom still wasn't there. They were still at the jail giving statements at the police department.
So this happened earlier in the day?
Yes.
Okay, was it morning or afternoon?
It was afternoon.
Okay.
Again, that morning, we all were texting.
It was a good morning.
We were
It
excited.
started out as a day of celebration,
was
high
a
school
beautiful day.
graduation,
Beautiful
and
day.
everybody looking forward.
To seeing each other, going to dinner.
Going to dinner. We had a dinner planned. We were so excited to see each other.
And it just turned very quickly.
Yes, very quickly.
And so when you arrived later in the day, Angie at Mom's house, Angie's covered in blood, and
Yes.
it's Dee Dee's blood.
Yes.
Right. And so was law enforcement still there? Did they have crisis counselors?
No, they when at the incident at my sister's house, they kept us in custody there for a long time till detectives wanted to take us to the police precinct to give statements, which we did about what happened there. Well, me and my daughter had to give a statement because me and my daughter was there.
So you were a witness and a victim
Yeah.
of the event.
Yes.
And so did they take you to the hospital to
I
get checked
refused.
out?
I
Okay, you
refused
didn't want to
hers.
go. Okay.
Yes.
So they did offer that.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay. And so they took you to police department. You gave a statement. And then they transported you back to your mom's?
No, they let us drive up there. They drove me and my daughter in a police car, and my mom and them had to follow behind with police cars behind us because they was like we had to go there. We had to go, and then when we got there, we got there for them to tell us that our sister wasn't alive anymore. She was deceased.
Right.
They didn't want us to go.
So
to
mom came in a car to the police department
No,
as
she
well.
rode in.
Right, but she was in a civilian car.
Yeah.
Going to the police department where she was told at that time
Yeah.
that Dee Dee had passed away. My goodness. Oh, so it was you and your daughter, and you were at your sister's home.
Yes.
Okay. And so you were trying to intervene and
We left that. We just, because like I said, everybody was at my mama's house.
Right.
Dee Dee was at my mama's house, and we just left to go pick up her kids, because her
Right.
boy was supposed to be in there. And when we left, we got there, I was sitting in the car, and my baby went in with her.
He wasn't supposed to be there.
okay,
Yeah.
so the husband
He wasn't
was
supposed to
not supposed to be at the house.
He was not supposed to be there.
Okay.
She wouldn't have went there if she known he was there.
Okay, so they already were separated
Right.
and not actually
Right.
as husband and wife.
She had finally left him.
She had finally left him.
Yes.
So we had an issue that was
Yes.
an ongoing issue, and she had left, and she was just going to get the kids. So the babies, the little boys.
The boys.
So they were there with their dad?
They weren't even there.
They wasn't
Really?
there.
Really? Okay, but that's what she was going to pick the kids up.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And so your daughter went in.
She was in there the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
and then she came running out, and she was like, "Mama, he's in there, her Auntie Dee Dee."
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to go help my sister.
Right, and that's what we would do. I was one of four. My sister passed away from natural causes, but that's the way we're trained, to look out for each other. Well, what we're going to do is take a break, give you a chance to catch your breath. We're going to go to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. We'll be right back after a word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Chalk by Quincy introduces Excellence Redefined, timepieces of the finest technology, luxury, and class with tons of style at chalklifestyle.com. Renal Associates LLC, a team of physicians dedicated to excellent kidney care with 5 convenient locations to serve you. Stark Avenue, Columbus, Bradley Park Drive, Columbus, Lafayette Parkway, LaGrange, West Washington Street, Eufaula, and Spring Street in Warm Springs. Vanessa Jackson's District 3 Successful Scholars Program, supporting students in achieving academic excellence, outstanding citizenship, positive social and cultural growth, believing in success for kids. Dr. Sheikha Shaw Family Medicine, connecting your health to your future. Dr. Shaw prides herself in providing compassionate health care and establishing long-lasting relationships. Conveniently located at 2827 Warm Springs Road, Suite 3B. Call her today at 706-324-4177. Welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing my conversation with the family of DeAnn Champion. And you all are being very brave. And as we were in the break talking, it's important to you all to let those that are victims of domestic violence to reach out. We have resources, and to develop a plan. You have to have a plan to leave.
Right.
You know, you got to make sure that you are doing all you can to protect yourself. But what we want to say today is what? It's okay to leave.
It's okay to leave.
Don't worry about what people are going to say. Even if you have to just start over from scratch,
Right.
you know, at least you'll have the opportunity to do that. And so we do have Hope Harbor here in Columbus. I worked there a long time ago. We have other support services that can help people move forward. We have counseling that's available, and sometimes that's what people need, and their children, because there is a form of PTSD when people have lived in a environment where there is a lot of domestic violence, mental abuse, you know, isolation, and all of that. So that was what you said you wanted to make sure.
Yes,
that
ma'am. I
we-
want to make sure that people know, for one, it is okay to leave. And it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be afraid. But once you are ready to leave, you have to come up with a plan. You can't just alert them or let them know. You have to come up with a safe plan. You have to involve others, someone that you trust, whether it be an organization or your family. My sister truly trusted her family. She did tell my dad and everyone that she was leaving, and that she needed help, and everyone was there to help her in leaving. Like I stated, you know, he wasn't even supposed to be there. When they would go there to get their stuff, they were having to like call the police just so they can get in the house and be there safely. But this was a day where he caught her off guard. He caught her off guard.
And he wasn't supposed to be
And he
there.
wasn't supposed to be there. And they panic. We're learning that when women decide to finally leave, the men panic because they know that they are serious. They're
Right.
going to leave.
Right.
So
They're no longer in control.
they're no longer in control. So they panic, and then they do. They try to cause permanent
If
harm
I
to
can't
them.
have you, no one else
No
can
one else
have you.
can.
So how long was I know she was married to him. How long was she with him? Did they start out as teenagers, or this was an adult relationship?
Yes, an
It
adult.
was an adult relationship.
Okay, so it wasn't high school sweethearts or
No.
things like that. Yeah.
No.
So she met him as an adult.
She did.
And they had 2 children together.
Right. They've been
Right.
together for a long time. They've only been married since, what, 2000 and, let's see, Taylor is 4 going on 5. I want to say they've only been married 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
But they've been together for a long time. From what I see as far as the police reports and everything, it looks like it didn't start getting bad until around 2014. But
After they got married,
well,
thereabouts.
right, after they had Taylor.
Okay. And so, Angie, I know this is a lot for you, and you have to live with it, and your baby as well. So how are you navigating?
Working every day, staying busy.
Right? Prayer,
Yeah.
yeah. Friends, you got loved ones, besides your family, is very close.
Yeah.
So you have family, but you have other friends that are supportive
Yeah.
and encouraging. Yeah. So when your daughter came and said, Mom, he's hurting Auntie Dee Dee, you left the car and you went inside. And it just did not. You were not able, because I saw you on a news clip and you said, I'm sorry, baby, I couldn't save you. You know? So what I want to say to you is, as a sister who has other sisters, we love our sisters, but when you've done all that you can do, you just have to release. You have to, because I can see the pain in your heart just looking at your eyes. But Dee knew that you loved her. See, she knew that. So that's the thing that I want you to take forward, knowing that she knew. She'll never leave you. She's not here in this, but in a different spirit. She will never, never, never leave you. So you're at Kendrick, and you are DeAnn's daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
Nah, I don't know about that, Kendrick, but we're gonna give you a pass because you know I'm a Carver girl. But there is greatness at Kendrick High School also.
Yes, ma'am. It's a lot of love.
It's a lot of love, and Kendrick is a great school. My nephew graduated from there. I just like to tease people because you know I'm a Carver Elementary, Carver High person, and you probably didn't even know Carver Elementary existed, did you? I know, right? They replaced it with Brewer Elementary. So you were not there with your mom. So where were you when you learned that things had just taken a horrible turn?
Well, I was at my grandma's house getting ready for the graduation when my little cousin called me, and she was like, "Titi, your mama's dead." And I was like, "What?" So I told my other auntie, and then we all rushed over there, me, my two uncles, and my auntie. And as soon as I got here, I ran straight to my mama, and I was just holding her and trying to talk to her, and my aunties was trying to do CPR, and then they grabbed me, like dragged me out of the room so I couldn't be in there with her. Like when I was just laying there on the floor with her, I was just trying to, you know, see if she was gonna say anything back, get any words out of her. So then after they dragged me out the room, everything just went so fast. I just had rage. I was punching stuff, I was throwing stuff, and then they dragged me out the house physically. So I'm just screaming and yelling and trying to understand why. Like
How that could happen.
Yeah, it's such an early time. Why right now? Why this way? Just why?
And rightfully so. We, even as older people, we would ask that question. And that's okay to ask all of those questions, to have all of those feelings, and we have to get it out so we can know how to heal. That's what I want you to do, is to be able to heal. I want you to do great things and always know she is your biggest cheerleader from the other side. I do believe that. I'm not just saying that. I do believe that. And she's expecting greatness from you. And I know that you will be great. I can look in your eyes and tell that you really will be great. So we're going to go to our break in a little bit. But when we come back, I want you to tell me what you're going to do to honor. I'm going to give you a little time to think when we go to the break.
Yes,
when you leave Kendrick High, even though it's not Carver, what are you going to do to make sure that you carry on your mother's great legacy of being an awesome woman, and what you're going to do to contribute in the future?
Yes,
So I'm going to let you think about that. We're going to go to the sponsors. When we come back, you got to be ready.
Okay.
Okay, all right. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Warrior Outreach. Contact Command Sergeant Major Retired Sam Rhodes or Kathy Rhodes. The Hugel Foundation, enriching the community through Christian music support, community outreach, and the Georgia Through Photography Project. For more information, call B at 706-568-6431. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided. A touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road. Trusted by generations. East Alabama Endocrinology, educating and caring for those living with diabetes in Alabama and Georgia. 1400 Bradley Lake Boulevard, 3320 Skyway Drive, Suite 602, Opelika. Take charge of diabetes and live your best life. State Senator Ed Harbison, serving the citizens of Georgia's 15th Senatorial District and on the front line for veterans every day. It's that time of year again. The 6th Annual Whitewater Football Classic, Saturday, October 26th, Garrett Harrison Stadium, Phoenix City, 5 p.m., featuring the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee University and the Dragons of Lane College. For more information, visit pcwhitewaterclassic.com, supporting historical Black colleges and universities. Welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing my conversation with the wonderful family of DeAnn Champion. And I want Miss Tiana to tell me what she's going to do. I gave you a few minutes to think about it when we went to the break. What you're going to do to carry your mother's great legacy, because we're expecting greatness from you, and I know that she is. So what's the plan after you leave Kendrick?
My plan after I leave Kendrick is to attend Valdosta State.
Okay.
And I'm going to do my 4 years there, and then after that, I don't know.
Well, I'm very proud. We've selected Valdosta State, and so what grade are you in now?
12th grade.
You are a senior.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, so it definitely, you have to carry that torch. I know Auntie Angie is a Kendrick girl. We're going to let her slide
that's
on that.
Shavala.
Oh, I'm sorry. She got
Cherokee
Shavala.
for life.
No, Angie and DeAnn are
Carver.
Carver girls like me.
Right.
So we're the great ones. We're going to let you all be with us. We're going to try to train you all up to be great like us, right, Angie?
Yes.
Yeah. But no, all the schools are great. It's just that with Carver, we are just the best. We are. So, but yes. So you are going to go to Valdosta.
Yes,
What are you going
ma'am.
to major in?
I want to major in math. I don't know if I'm going to do engineering or.
Oh my goodness.
But math is my major.
Oh, you are brilliant. Beautiful and brilliant. Well, that's a very good thing. Robotics, engineering. My husband does a lot with the robotics for the military, and they have students from Georgia Tech to come to Fort Benning to do robotics experiments and things like that. So being a math major, boy, the sky's the limit for you.
Yes.
All right, so mom really, she put good stuff there.
Yes, she did.
Good study habits, you know, good values and morals.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have to carry that torch.
I will.
Absolutely. And so graduation, we will be celebrating not just you, but you're getting that diploma
Yes,
for
ma'am.
DeAnn Champion.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. And you have to lead the way for your little brothers.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I believe you're going to do it.
I am.
You're a Kendrick girl, but I believe you're going to do it. I believe you're going to do it. So, Shavala, what else do you want us? I'm very, ask everyone to pray for your family, but especially your mother.
Thank you.
I am a mother and a grandmother, and I just can't even imagine. So I know that with the support from the siblings and from the community, I know that God will see you through. It's not easy. We all have valley experiences and we have mountaintop experiences. And right now, this is kind of a valley experience. But when graduation comes, at Kendrick's graduation, we will have something to celebrate.
Yes.
And we're depending on you. Stay focused. Every day, even when it gets hard, just stay focused.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And I know that all things will work together for your good. When you go to Valdosta and get ready to go get the master's degree, we're going to have another conversation. On the break, I was trying to direct you to the other real school, but you already had a plan. So we are expecting greatness, and we know that you will do well. So where are we? Are we waiting for trial? Is he, where is he? Is he locked
He's still
up?
locked up. He's in the Muskogee County jail. There hasn't been an indictment yet.
Really?
There has not been an indictment
And
yet.
this has been since May 25th.
May 25th, and we've had a bond hearing, and he was given bond.
Really?
Yes.
And what was the bond? He was
It
given a bond?
It was right at $280,000, but he
Okay.
was given a bond, but he's still incarcerated at this time, and hoping he will stay incarcerated.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that I wanted to focus on as well is that as women, when we have children, we need to make sure that it's in writing. It's very important that it's in writing
Yes.
of where or who you want to have your children and take care of your children, forbid anything happen to you.
Exactly.
My sister was young and she was healthy, so I know that was probably the last thing on her
Right.
mind.
34 years old.
34.
And her birthday is,
Her birthday is this
month.
month. Yeah,
Yes.
her birthday is October 30th, and we actually will be having a balloon release for her birthday at the cemetery
Okay.
this year to celebrate her life
Yes.
and
all of her greatness.
all her greatness.
Yes, as my beautiful Kim Porter said, it's not sometimes what you do that make you great, but who you raise. So this is greatness right here. Yes.
Because she's touched, we're hearing a lot of different stories from people that she worked with and people in the community, things that she said.
And where did she work?
Her last position, she was at Red Lobster.
Okay.
But prior to that, she was one of the managers at Outback, is where she
Okay.
kind of grew.
Right. She was in the hospitality industry.
Right, and she was a
Great
true
person.
server. She was a
Great
true,
personality to be able to survive that industry.
Always
Yes.
trying to help everyone, literally. You know, and so many people have reached out to tell us different stories of things that our sister was doing for them, and the whole time we didn't know that she was the one that needed somebody to be there for her,
And usually that's what it is. Givers give a lot.
and she did.
Yes.
She gave a lot and she forgave a lot.
Right. And so you're going to do the balloon release.
Yes.
and that about the making sure you have things in writing, even though we're young.
Most definitely.
That's very important.
It is very important because
Right.
in our situation, because the relationship with the kids and their aunt was so strong, and this is something that we learned too, that even though he murdered our sister, he still had rights.
Right.
And because he still had rights, he was able to sign his rights over to her. And which that has to change.
Right.
I have already written a couple letters, have not received but only one response, but and trying to help get that amended, because it, to me, or as well as the community, a lot of community supporters stated, once a person murders someone, they're not in their right mind. And especially if they did a confession and they stated that they murdered this person. So if you murdered someone, then how 2 days after that can you say who you want to take care of your children? You shouldn't have that right.
And how old are the children?
They're 3 and 4.
Oh, they're toddlers.
They're toddlers. And,
Oh.
and their auntie, she's always been very involved with them. She's taken care of them. We are somewhat at peace with the relationship we have with sharing the children, so that they know both sides. But of course, we truly believe they should be with the
Absolutely.
maternal side. their mother's
Exactly.
side.
Exactly. Well, I thank you all for being courageous, sharing the story. Hopefully from this, and this is not intended to use this tragedy in any wrong way, is to alert people, family members, that the old saying about a piece of a man better than no man at all, we are done with that. That is not true. What happens in my house stays in my house. That might be true about some things, like we were saying, if your water turned off, that's not public business. But if some other things are going on that could end up in a very tragic way, then that needs to be shared so people can get help and support. Just know that I support you 100%. I must meet the other Miss Gloria and just let her know that I commend her for the job she's done in raising you all and the grandchildren. You can tell she's a woman of substance, and certainly you all will be in our prayers. And whenever you're ready, you can come back here anytime, whatever you want to share as you try to go through with getting laws and things changed on behalf of children, you know, when they're involved in this type of tragedy. So we wish you well. If there's anything that we can do for you, certainly call upon us. And Angie, ain't nothing like a calmer girl. We always rock, I tell you. And we're looking for greatness. And I'll be watching. You might not see me, but I will be watching, okay? And if you need something, you call me. All right? All right. This has been straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.